Hi, I'm Live8 and this is a short video on playing World of Warcraft with no add-ons whatsoever. So I switched off all my add-ons and I basically went back to more or less all the default settings for the screen, including the resolution. So how do you do that? Well, if you go to System and you go to the classic settings, that is what we see right here on a screen. Of course the video cards are much better than back then, but on a screen 1920 by 1080. So this is the resolution that you get, and let's see what we can manipulate. Well, first of all, we're going to do some tinkering with the screen and the settings, and that's actually done all over here. So let's go to the recommended settings. Only change these settings. So you already immediately see that the trees are fuller, and now all the plants are moving like there's a short breeze and so. Okay, I do like that. It looks a little bit better. So let's see what else we can do. Well, the ground clutter and the recommended settings is quite low. So let's just pop it all. Oh, and look over here. The frame rate is 100 frames per second. Let's drag it all the way over here. Have the best settings whatsoever at this moment available. Okay, and click OK. So there is a lot of more plants to see now, and the trees are even more full, the water is moving, so there's a lot of things going on over here in the screen that I do like, but sometimes make it difficult to play. For example, if you're a herbalist and you need to look for a plant, then it's really hard when there's a lot of other plants around like this to find that one plant that you need. So let's change that back. And if I'm herbalist, first thing I do is just go into System and have the ground clutter down to about 1 and the environment detail to 10. So let's go apply, and what you see is happening. There is less plants to see, so the plants that you have to pick for herbalism or the mines, they will be very easy to find. So that setting's done. So another problem that you sometimes have is when you are in dark places, then you have something like no visibility at all, because you can't see where you're going. It's too dark in the instance, for example. Well, that's controlled by the gamma. So this is when you are in a dungeon, you might have like limited visibility, and it's hard sometimes to see things in the distance or even close by, like over here. You don't see any contrast. Actually, the contrast is there, but the monitor in these settings don't allow for much visibility. So make sure your gamma is set to a level that you can use in your game. So for me, I like to have a little bit more gamma than normal. So I'm putting it to 2.0. That's okay. Now I can see what's going on over here. Actually nothing, just a tree. So what else? Well, there's also something like the UE scale. So somewhere in the game you probably have much more button bars, and we're going to show you how to do that without add-ons, and much more buttons than to click. But there's limited space in your screen, so let's see if we can change that, and we can. So if you go over here and you click on low and you slide the bar all the way to the left, then you see that this bar over here, when I go apply, will have a different scale. So now all everything is smaller, and I can see more of the screen without being blocked by the little buttons. But knowing that I'm playing this game and I will probably have a lot of more need of buttons in general to put all kind of ranks and spells in there and items. So I go again to interface options, and I'm going to say let's go to action bars, and let's switch on a couple of extra bars just to make sure that we have enough. Okay, so these bars are shown over here, and I want to have them always shown. So if a bar is empty, it will disappear, but now I always show them. And I also want to see the cooldowns of items. Okay, what's the cooldown? Now let's say we do a spell, this one. So the casting time, that's okay, the spell is done, nothing more to it. I need other cooldowns. So let's say we do this one, and then do the same spell. Now this will actually say you don't abuse it. Now you see it's 3 minutes, so I can now see how much cooldown there is, and there's also like a clock-like item running out. The button is grayed out, and it's now slowly opening lighter and lighter color, and when it's done it's 3 minutes. So this is actually a 3-minute timer. So that's it and done. I think it is time to wave goodbye. We've done enough.